If we go back to earlier this year, and even last year, I think the story for EG is almost, but not yet.
It's
right?
It's like, a sequence of it.
Yeah, they get close. They get so close every time. Think about how many second half leads they weren't able to close out. Think about playoffs run last year, falling at the hands of G2, and obviously in a much more microscopic manner. They're in a similar position here, where they win game one, Christy, and they do it in a dominant fashion. It looks great, it's exciting. They think, holy smokes, they might just do this thing, and then they get stomped. Map 2, is this where they can push it over the edge?
Well, they have to be able to recover in some way, and it's a very different look, right, between these two teams. Once again, the desk was touching all over it with G2 playing the Baby Bay Chamber and whatnot, but I want to hone in on Ye now, because Ye, I think, was a huge difference between the two maps. Him on Chamber,
agreed.
There was no one that could come within 10 feet of him. Like, you couldn't touch the man back on Corrode. Then he switches over onto the Jet, and it wasn't that same level of impact. This is now another Jet map for him where he's going to have to step up. If the rest of the team can't support behind him, he or someone else is going to have to deliver.
Well, and the desks shown. Thank you. Shone a spotlight on Icy, and for fair reason, I think. I mean, he has struggled both maps now, and he's got to be part of the success plan for EG.
And you know, he's been put through the ringer, I think, all year. Came in, was playing the duelist slot on a lot of these maps on the Jet, flipped with Ye convincingly back towards stage 1 playoffs.
Right.
Now again, back onto another Cypher map. At least be a role player for the team.
And so Ascent is the final stage, where we'll figure out who's going to be singing a song of success. We saw it on the desk. Very good map for G2 historically, 7-1. I mean, they win here, and they win here a lot.
Hey, EG are undefeated, 1-0. A little bit different. Quick TP into main, though. Jogamo's waiting for it.
There was a flash dart set up to give Supa that fight. And Jogamo was ahead of it.
Yeah, he shrugged it off like, what are they doing? It's a wall that Jonah P placed there up in B main. Stop EG from doing any sort of re-aggro. What that sounds like to EG is, oh, there's just a lurker there that's putting that down and then leaving the space. So by giving some time before re-hitting into B, should in theory catch EG off guard.
They're giving a lot of space too. I mean, Icy's the only one all the way back site. Nature's playing really far back.
What in the world is happening?
I think they realize that there is a timing window that they may have missed. Jogamo gets a little active on the other side of the map. No quick TP to get around. Meanwhile, all attention back towards Icy. Deals a little damage, but is not enough to find lethality.
Spike planted.
Don't even know if it matters if he did. EG have to act quickly. Ye into the site with 2, but his teammates fall around him.
He's gonna have to ace to win this pistol. Knows Jogamo's on the other side, clears the TP. Lots of options on how to play this, but I'm pretty sure only one will find him success. Tries to turn the flash, dinks Jonah P, cleans him up. Now you expect the double swing to come through. He's got it down to a 1v1! And Trent plays spoiler again. It's always Trent.
It's always Trent, and it's always just barely. Again for Evil Genius. Another almost in this opening pistol. Ye in a 1v5. Can't get the final kill. And he played it so beautifully.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but he went for the dart.
So G2 continue their successes on the pistol. EG, no investment here. Not even a Sheriff.
And the threat of the attack sniper begins. Baby Bay working into the mid space, and what we've seen from him on this map is a lot of just early holding the line into mid, but he'll also get a little bit more aggressive and creep up, especially down catwalk into tree. Yeah, he'll just face up into those lines.
Very similar to what he did on Corrode.
Yeah. And oftentimes left a little bit alone. Does get pinged up by the dart.
That knife will tag a couple down A main, too. Line was cleared, so G2 are doing a really good job of clearing all of the possibilities.
Want to hunt Baby Bay.
Except for this fight right here. He's going to get his one, given the window to reload.
But that's the thing, Jonah P already had rotated over into tiles, was ready to play off of it. EG have good prep work. They know that Baby wants to look for these types of angles, but unfortunately G2 are just also equally prepared in just their base protocols of how they scale up through mid into this A site.
A step ahead. In this case, it will be 2. Barring a miracle from Icy and Derek.
Enemy remaining.
It's Derek now. Crispy out from Jonah P is a flawless round, gets G2 their second.
Jonah's not wasting any bullets there either. Quickly decapitates, moves on to the next. But looking at the money, Ye saved up to make sure he had the operator. Honestly, those kills he got early on mean that heading into round 3, he wants to start this snowball going. And I think he is the guy to watch on Evil Geniuses. He has to do better than what he could muster up on Haven. He was the carrying force for EG back on Corrode.
Almost dropping 30, and then in a dimly lit shadow of that on map 2.
But it's a different game here, and G2 have dodged around him. It's quick exec, quick pop into the A site.
They're fully playing off A. I mean, they have some presence tree, but nobody hunkered on the site. Nobody in hell.
Nature has full utility for the retake. Knife is up as well.
Shock does a little damage.
Are they going to trade a gun back to Ye? How do they activate him?
Meanwhile, Trent is still playing all the way off for a late lurk through. The ult's going to funnel him out.
Do we just save? Are we going to do anything, EG?
I think the window for them to do that is closing very quickly. Again, look at how far up Trent is in Cat. They're stuck in tree with nowhere to go. But Derek and Supa had a little bit of room to work with. It's Trent alone in a 1v3, but this time, surely he can't pull this one off. This is surely too much to ask for. EG are on the board.
There we go. EG got stalled out so heavily by the Steel Guard, and Jonah P popped in the post plant. But it almost, that delay was so good because Jonah P didn't just instantly use it. He waited because EG aren't instantly flooding back into the site. He had to wait for Ye to rotate over. And Ye, even with an up in hand, is just finding no scopes. He got classic kills.
Where are you? This goes here.
Now it's an op. Still in the hands of Ye, 5 and 2 so far.
Oh, Jogamo with the ultimate right off the rip. Judge in hand. Good luck to these anchors.
Not a ton of follow-up behind it. Bit of a solo mission for the duelist. He's found a little space. Has the knee. Very well done by Icy. EG looking to hang on to this site. White knuckle their way into another round. And that's exactly what they'll do. Jonah P turning the flash. He's left in a 1v4. There are only so many flashes you can dodge.
The utility there.
Beautifully done. Nature gets 4. He's 1 off of his ult.
And he gets those kills, multiple spam kills, off of Icy's utility. Icy's impact in this round was profound. It starts off with him finding that little pocket that KG placed. He knows he has that little sliver to work with. That's an anti-Yoru ult play, and then these pings through the wall off the Cypher trips. That's the same trip, I think, that gives Nature 2 free kills.
Nice. Good shit, baby. Good trips, gang.
Highlighting the trips that you were just talking about, yeah. So G2 here still have to figure out how to get past some of this utility that's thrown their way, and so beautifully done from EG so far.
EG giving up full space into mid, but G2, common patterns for them, getting Jogamo up onto bot mid, trying to work Baby Bay up into Cat 2. Right now it's a passive offline from Ye over on the A side. See if the drone up into B is able to pull any rotates. Nature seems like he's considering the option. But that knife going through that Nature just had a lineup for, that tells that there's only the Vise on this side of the map.
One-way cage, they've left Jonah P there.
Yeah, I like that Valen throws that assist smoke to help a lurk. A little walkout for Jonah. Nobody's waiting for this except Icy.
And that really takes a lot of bite out of the hit from G2. No, he's lurking. Supa, beautiful swing there.
30 seconds.
And the flash. They can't make their way out of main.
Spike down A.
It's just 2 left on the side of G2.
Last player standing.
And one by one, they will fall. 3 for EA as EG take the lead.
I really like this macro approach from Evil Geniuses. You know, they're fully giving up the mid space, playing 2 players tucked away on B site, 3 players over on A. Ye's even on the passive line. But what it does is it puts G2 in these uncomfortable positions in the mid round where at some point, one of your lurks has to activate or you need to pick a side of the map.
Jay! Let's go!
When the anchors are as aware as EG were there, Icy ready for that walkout behind the Omen smoke. Ye ready for the aggress into tree. It's going to continue to be successful for Evil Geniuses unless G2 switch things up.
There was a call that you put out before this map started towards Ye, and how he needed to be one to step up for EG if they wanted to have a shot at this. Has a really strong pistol, gets the op online early on, and has like coasted his way to an 8-3 start.
Yeah, already shown up massively. And I like seeing the differences in his playstyle too, when he can mix up the active versus the passive lines. Be called around and play with his teammates a little bit more. That first map of Corrode, he was on his own all the time, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And he was still winning those fights. But I think with G2 leveling up even map to map here, he's gonna have to work with the squad a little bit more, a little bit harder.
Well, he's currently posted up in a position for challenge.
I like this.
Taking his passive B line while everyone from G2 is here, with the exception of Alan.
His Evil Geniuses have not shown an aggressive B look. They've just shown this passive stuff with Icy deep on site. But it is still very much nothing in mid for EG. No trips, no players.
Yeah. Very different approach.
It makes sense. G2 want to play the contact style. They want to challenge into these mid fights, and EG want to deny as many of those as possible.
Yeah, Drone getting a lot of info.
Look at B main, by the way.
Yeah, they've taken more.
Big step up now, and we'll hear some footsteps. Ye breaking this drone as well. You never expect someone else to be in the corner. Usually you have the rifle breaking for the op.
Right.
Instead, Icy sneaks up off the back of that.
There's enough that G2 did not like, though. They're rotating away. The paranoia will push them off the line A. And G2 filling behind it. The second one is not as good. Beautiful from Jonah P. And now with the numbers advantage, he bit off a bit more than he could chew. Blades popped.
Left.
Yay, looking to secure this round.
Spike planted.
And it's Dre on the other side. Ahead of it in the smoke. There to greet. And what a miracle. What wonders this would work for Icy if he can pull this off. He's been quiet all series, and he doesn't even get a shot at it.
Baby Bay collects on 3 kills on the eco. That's just shocking there. We're all tied up 3-3 now. EG, a little bit of wind taken out of their sails. Won't disrupt them, can still buy into the op, but this Thrifty here and Jonah P. Wow. On a stinger, on 1 clip of the stinger, reacting to that.
Thrifty.
And you have, well, Ye stepping into a smoke, the knife in hand. And he'd already popped the Blade Storm. These little errors stacking up and taking chances away from EG.
Standing ahead.
And when you're playing against a team of G2's caliber, you cannot afford those, because they will punish those little ones every time.
My ultimate's ready.
Derek dealing a little chip damage from the shocks off of the tap of the orb.
The attack op in B main. I struggle to think it finds much of anything with how passively EG play on this side.
Enemy tag.
He also just TP'd out.
Bit confusing what's going on. G2 trying to sell a B split while actually pivoting back to A.
They don't have main. The flash doesn't hit. He still gets one. Nature can funnel out behind this, but Dre's in a really interesting pot here.
And Baby Bay back in tree. The rest of G2 clearing out into A main.
I'm surprised he popped the ult. The main fight is so big. Nature falls. Now Contain is gone.
You have to look to heaven for aid.
And El Diablo's up there.
My ult is ready.
Derek falls to his death. Trent down in hell. Looking for Icy. We'll find him. Trent is just too damn good, man.
And it quiets down considerably. G2 just taking care of business. Finally a broken EG Zcon. And step through this again. Once more, G2 stepping together.
Enemy remaining.
Onto the A main re-clear. Even just a slight sidestep there from Trent is enough to slow down Ye on the shot.
So EG call a timeout here. Down 1 round. But it really has felt like momentum has swung considerably more than just that.
It's not for lack of trying either.
No.
EG have gone for a lot of in the mid rounds stepping forward. You know, we saw on round 2 after losing Pistol, they tried that fight out of Cat. In this last round, they're stepping up into A main. But they're not trading up on those situations. So there's a world here where EG, after this eco round, where they might do a little more aggro, they might try to chill out a little bit more in the mid rounds, go back to what was working with them when they strung together those 3 rounds coming out of G2's bonus, when, again, it was Icy backside on B. It was a triple hold with Ye passive a little bit more onto the A side. They can let G2 play these mid-round mind games all they want. They don't have to overreact to the signs G2 are telling them, because G2 is using all of this information as misinformation, trying to make G2, or rather EG, get a little confused, as I am equally confused.
I love that that's what happened during your very serious, heavy-hitting analysis.
Yeah, that was a... Yeah.
Yeah.
G2 very clearly taking this one seriously.
Op has already shot off A. You see the re-clear off the flash. And the knife tagging a couple.
We had the Baby Bay Ye off 1v1 earlier. Ye beats him with a Sheriff. That fight is gone.
Trent's in trouble.
I don't know if he is.
To get one there and trade that out doesn't feel too bad. They can upgrade the weapon too.
EG are going to take that no problem.
While G2 take the side in exchange.
There is a Hunter's Fury for Derek as well. Popping that.
A little early.
Well, it's off the Neural Theft, trying to play off the info of that one, but there's nothing that connects.
Spike planted.
And they still managed to get the spike down. That flash to buy a little bit of time, a little bit of space. Supa still playing up in heaven, door down. Jogamo still in hell. Jonah P by his side. They've gotten it down to keep it competitive, but Derek's just too weak. And Valen cleans it up.
And now out of the timeout, EG pop 2 ultimates to try and win out in an even numbers retake on the eco. Those factors gone, the Hunter's Fury is the best ult they've got. And that was probably their last chance at losing it, using it in the half.
One enemy remaining.
It would be difficult to get it back online, given how late we are in it. You're right.
Nice, Valin, my good.
So 3 in a row for G2. EG needs to find something to stop the bleeding.
All set.
EG switching sides a little bit. Sova for the first time on A, KO back towards B, but also Ye again on the logs line with the op. Saw this previously, but
Take flight.
only dipped into it the one time.
I think they're starting to realize just how soft the middle of the map has been.
Same protocol from EG on the last round that Ye was here, except this time Icy doesn't embed himself in B main.
And Flash will clear some of the early space.
Actually, he does. It is just a carbon copy repeat from EG.
The thing is, they didn't test it the previous time. Do they fall for it here?
Baby seen from the dart. Already a shift towards B.
Oh, Icy leaves at just the wrong time, but Ye gets a kill anyway. That trap that had been lying in wait for so long.
Look at Tree. Baby needs to find this opener, and he gets it. Still Derek waiting at him, but he can't connect on the second shot.
30 seconds left. If you're going to rotate towards A, you've got to do it quick.
G2 are trying to come back into Baby, but he freezes. He can't commit just yet. He can't risk losing the space he's already found.
Jogamo is all the way up in market as well. There is only one option here. There's only one speed for it, and that is go. 13 seconds left. The spike's still in Tree. And Derek gives up the space. Allows him safe passage onto the site. Trying to commit to it now, and Valen will succeed. No ult to speak of for the defense. As the smoke goes down, Nature does too. A 3v3 as things settle for just a moment.
Ye is so low, 30 HP.
With the op in hand from so far away too. Doesn't have a ton of money, so you wonder, is it worth trying to go for it here?
They're sending it.
They have to. I don't think they have much of a choice. Derek will fall. Ye will too. All three crumble.
That round got so cluttered towards the end. But it really was Baby's first pick into Tree, even though he couldn't connect on the second one. As soon as a pathway started to open up for G2, they were so quick to adjust and call into the site. And on the other hand, it was the moment of hesitation for Derek, not challenging onto the angle that led G2 into the site. Let them play a comfortable post plant.
Cover going out.
Busted by for EG. Not even blades. No traps here either.
But EG really haven't changed their approach too much, even on these lighter buy rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've mixed up the sides of the map a few players are on, but once again, see what Icy can do if Jaw's ready for any funky pockets he could be playing in this time.
There's a little help here. Derek's alongside him. Jogmo doesn't even push for it.
Yeah, take it slow. Don't give him a gun.
Drop the door, and then they can focus forward. Flashing on the other side of the smoke. Beautifully done. Jogmo, does he realize there's another on the other side of the smoke? Now given away. It's a shell game. And Nature walks out on top. This is a lighter pie. Look at how weak the remaining members of G2 are.
Trent here on the side gets the first, but can't connect on another. G2 need to get the spike and get over to A if possible. Baby making a mad dash out with so little HP left.
He's gotten away with it though.
30 seconds left.
Houdining their way out of B.
But by retreating away from the site, that allows guns to be picked up. Icy didn't even go for one. He wants the fast flank up Cat.
But at what cost? And it's just a stinger.
But a stinger's still a bullet or two as a kill.
Yeah, that's true. Valen, so weak, but still so good. But he doesn't expect the second one. He doesn't know. So Supa might get a timing as Valen tucks in the smoke. Concealed in the confines of the cover. Supa has to push.
Cover going out.
Try to play around one of his own. The fake TP waiting for the spam. Spots Valen down to a 1v1. Baby Bay so weak, but it does not matter.
He's got his leaders back. And G2 are running away with it.
1 enemy remaining.
5 in a row now.
Enemy player
Even
standing.
when it's resting just on the edge. Again, the game of almosts. Of what ifs.
And his story's not done yet though.
This is the round to determine. I think if EG can salvage the half, buying down to nothing, off back in Ye's hands, playing forward in A main. But he has not been able to figure out the right side of the map to play on. He is not finding fights.
And it doesn't look like it's going to change this round.
And it's because he never goes mid. And G2 are always into mid. And always leaning back into just the right side, it seems.
Knife tagging to B main.
So G2 freeze. Allow the seeds of doubt to step into EG's mind. Those players could have rotated away already. They could be creeping out just like Baby Bay is.
You're seeing the seeds of doubt blossom into full panic and full response.
Really?
Up close, in the smoke, just on the other side. The Molly's gonna flush him out, and Baby Bay hits the no-scope. On to Nature. The round that needed to go their way is another nightmare for Evil Geniuses.
Baby Bay's just dancing on him. Dipping into their spawn, looking back into the site for another kill. G2 are having fun out here.
EG are not. You have to say, I mean, you have to save these two weapons. You gotta do something.
I don't condone that type of behavior. But Doug, it's just another round where Ye can't find a fight.
Yeah.
Remember how strong he started this map off. The 4 kills and the pistols, sitting 8-3 at some point, getting the op online early.
What'd you say he was? 8-2?
He was 8-3 at one point.
8-2, 8-3.
Yeah.
He's at 9-8 right now.
He's gotten 1 kill in the last 5 rounds. And it's not for lack of trying, it's just literally, he is either in a retake situation or G2 are running away from his side of the map.
And so with all of that said, and with the 6 rounds in a row that G2 have won, if EG can pull this off to get to 8-4, there's a chance.
Look at this out of Baby Bay.
I think we've seen 3 no-scopes just this series.
Yeah, from 3 different players, I think. But after that 3-piece, Baby Bay up on 11-5. Finally, Ye challenges into mid, but even then he can't find the shot.
EG with a couple of Spectres and Stingers.
If G2 finish into A, that's where the hero rifle is on Supa. That's where Ye's posted top heaven with the op.
And with Nature by his side, there might be a shot at this.
Oh, he put away the flash.
But the clone was cleared out instantly.
Oh no.
Very nice flash on the other side. Patience out of Nature, doesn't overdo it. Doesn't fumble it at all. Dogma now on the second swing. That's another one for Nature. And now the op in play. Connects. Drink down. But Valen will swing back. G2 down in numbers for what feels like the first time this half.
Valen got collided on that first shot from Ye. He's low. And it might be Jonah P to win it all. 2 for him.
Seconds left.
Cover going out.
Valen's 14 HP, has to pull this off.
Planted. My ultimate is ready.
Confidence from the captain. Conviction from the caller. Repositioning towards main. And daring the fight.
Not ready yet.
Smoke comes back up on mine.
Traveling.
Try to force them out behind it. Can Valen pull this off? Derek and Supa have steady hands, but they've gotten it down to 1, and now the flash in play. I believe it will connect. Dart betraying position. Derek on the swing, but it's a game of cat and mouse, and Derek has to be faster than this to get the defuse, and it does not matter. The Red Bull clutch for G2. The Red Bull clutch for Valen.
Valen is just the best we've got. Calling beautiful games, and with 14 HP. I mean, that is 2 rounds. That is 2 rounds where he's just had nothing to work with and still seen it through.
A 9-3 half for G2. EG stumbled every step of the way. We'll see the conclusion of this best of 3 on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. G2 dominant since Corrode, which feels like forever ago at this point. They completely obliterated on Haven, and Ascent seems to tell a bit of the same tale. I'm Doug, with me on the call is Ender, and it has been all G2 the whole way.
G2 completely breaking EG's ankles on their attack side, but now EG get to point the spear at G2 themselves. This will have to be the difference for them. We saw that G2 avoided the problem. Ye was the problem for them. But once they found a way to get away from him,
Eyes up.
it was solved. Now Ye gets to bring that problem to G2.
And the problem on the other side of the stage has been Baby Bay.
Ow!
Sitting at 11-6 right now, and Ye is now already down to 26 HP.
Yeah, you think about the 4K on the pistol and the 1v5, but even then he was better set up to have an impact than now.
EG choosing to rotate quietly towards B. And if they do decide to go here, they've got Dre posted up, you've got Jonah P here, you have a wall, you have a flash.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
The thing is, if Ye dashes past this wall, it isolates the two Sentinels from G2. They won't be able to see each other, to be able to trade each other.
Yeah, but he's still got to win the fight. That's easier said than done. He doesn't even have it procced.
Good hit.
And so they get the wall up, and then they take a step back.
EG gonna two-phase this one.
They're staying, you're right.
Paranoia ready. Knife, flash, thrown, it's go time.
Can he find a way in? Remember how weak he is. Jonah P is not cleared! He gets his two, and Trent joins him!
B. 30 seconds left.
Ice, he has to fight this war on his own, and it's short-lived.
G2 never fooled. And they just keep bringing more and more players in.
They have won 7 or 8 rounds in a row.
Showed no signs of slowing down either.
No.
Look at this. Beautiful shots from Jonah. And the second he goes down, well, you've got Baby Bay challenging.
Clear logs.
And the second Baby Bay joins into the fight, well, Trent is coming out of the market smoke. There's always a next step for G2.
EG forcing up a little bit here, 2 stingers.
You kind of have to, but at what cost? The following rounds, if they can't secure this, and they still can't calmly get into the B site, there's thorns waiting for them. Still 2 players. EG have no control anywhere else on the map, so it's time to drone out into mid, spot where Baby Bay is. Challenge? But I'm not sure that's the wisest idea.
You got to find an advantage somehow.
Icy's
somewhere.
crept forward, they're into the site.
Meanwhile, Baby Bay understands there's still a little pressure across the middle of the map. I'm pretty sure he just turned on him. That probably was really gross from his POV.
EG thought they could pinch Baby Bay through main, through market,
B.
but it's
Last
all falling
player
apart for them now. The plan has not come together. EG bought down to nothing.
And with that round, likely goes their hopes of getting back into this map.
Yeah, we just did one more, force another round. Except they can't even force on light armor. You have to force heavy armor because you know Baby Bay's got the outlaw.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 He's back.
It's a shame you had.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
You know, I don't believe him.
Now, why is he smiling like that?
I think he's lying.
Right here.
You mentioned the force, and you're right. You've got heavy armor on 4 members. Supa's not as fortunate, but he has drained the bank account.
Yeah, he must have bought for someone, probably Ye.
Dre will be challenged again. And that's where you see the heavy armor, excuse me.
But Ye's on
Be a
10
difference.
HP. He can't play the game if he doesn't have any health.
He's going to trade back, though. Valen on the swing. 3 players found.
Spike down A.
As the caller for EG gets another. Outlaw still in hand. Takes a step back, and EG gets the spike down.
G2 have a lot of time to wait before Jonah P can rotate over. Let's Baby Bay set up a teleport anchor, actually destroyed by the shock. He's hung out to dry here.
He has nowhere to go but forward. and he's not given a single target. Meanwhile, while all of that is happening, Jonah P has arrived. The rotation's coming through. They understand where he's headed. Trent funneling down, almost gets it back, but Nature's 4 keeps EG in the fight.
Gotta respect the the work Nature has been doing all day.
Yeah, agreed.
On Corrode, he was a monster. So many multi-kill rounds, you know? He's just solo winning them for the team, even back on Haven. I think to the few rounds they won in the second half, that was off of him. And now here, staying afloat with a stinger in hand.
EG can approach this round from a position of power. G2 stack 4 mid.
And G2 could have got a decent enough buy-off, but similar to last game,
yeah,
they're not going to take any chances. They're going to go for the half buy. That was enough to win the map last time.
He's getting up really far here.
Nice shot.
Very nicely done, but they didn't know Dre was there. Misses on the shot. They've already flashed out towards B as well.
Ye's into sight, but so is Valen now. No one's here to help him.
They haven't cleared that. And he's gonna get the punish. Valen gets 2. What? Makes that 3. Ye's got to win the round on his own. With the Guardian in hand, trying to bridge the gap. Trying to make it a close quarters battle onto Trent. 1 bullet left in the Guardian. And the classic, I don't know, is a tool for the job. G2 gets a series point. Love to see Valen's POV there because I don't know how he got away with that.
I mean, everyone thinks that Ye cleared the corners coming in, but that teleport came into Boathouse after the fact. They're trying to kill logs. Remember,
yeah,
when G2 are up there standing up, yelling at EG, you gotta clear logs. They listened to the advice, and it was terrible advice.
Now you got to clear switch.
Gotta clear everything. G2 are in your walls.
EG call a timeout at the finish line.
It's a bitter taste too, because that's again G2 saving. They're not even playing to win the round, and they take it. It looks like they're in scrims cracking half buys.
Yeah, light buy situations, yeah.
And it's still working.
EG roared into this series. They looked good. There were memories of what could have been in the past. How they pushed G2, how they almost had them out of Toronto.
Yeah.
2 rounds away from G2 not even making it to Toronto. And with that confidence, they walk away with an OT win on map 1, and they've been flat ever since.
Yeah, and the danger now looms. We've still got a couple weeks left for EG after this, but in stage 1, they narrowly made playoffs. It was 4th seeds. They were in the lower bracket. That single elimination. That's why the one win, the matchup against G2 was so heartbreaking.
Right.
Because it felt like they had all the pieces to be a team that could make a deep run if they hadn't been matched up against G2. A loss here in a tough group with Sentinels and C9 topping it currently might put EG in exactly the same position once more.
Oh gosh, they don't have anything to buy either, man.
No, it's brutal.
Camera is destroyed.
A Guardian for Supa. Heavy mid-presence. And if they do decide to go A, you've got a wall you have to deal with, thorns you have to reckon with, and then 3 from the defense. Flash around, Trent spotted. Jogamo 2, he's playing up really far here. He's got to realize the wall has been cleared. The flash is there. Ye still hits the shot. And that should seal the deal. And who else but Valen is the tip of the spear.
Remaining.
God's the last one in his crosshairs. It's Jogamo who cleans him up. G2 best EG. I mean, G2, again, other than map 1, it's really hard to look at any weakness.
No.
I mean,
You literally have a countless amount of positive things to say about every player today. Jonavi, every map is like up at the top. Valen, RIGL, everyone's screaming out multiple clutch rounds, calling a beautiful game. I think Baby Bay as well has his best map on this stage since returning to close it out. He was a beast on this chamber. So many high impact moments, high impact rounds.